There are few people in the world who jump headfirst into a swimming pool without dipping their toes in the water first. Innovators and entrepreneurs need to consider both the consumer and any existing or anticipated competitors. Chances are, most new solutions end up joining a market that already has competitors. Some people might shy away from a little competition, but going into a market that already has some competitors can be a good thing. First, you can talk to these other businesses. They could help you avoid mistakes and pitfalls that they've made. So, by taking a close look at your competitors might give you an edge and will likely help you devise a sounder strategy for your market entry. In market analysis, competitors can be direct or indirect. For example, if you want a hamburger, your first choice might be McDonald's. Close by, there's a Burger King, Wendy's, and a Five Guys. These companies offer very similar products because they are very close. They are in direct competition to McDonald's. But if you're out just for a fast dinner, there are lots of competitors to your McDonald's craving. Any sit-down traditional restaurant could be called an indirect competitor. This type of competition will satisfy your basic need for food, but the products are not exactly the same. You could go to a Chipotle, Panera, or a pizzeria, and a good business plan will consider both direct and indirect competition. There are other helpful pieces of information that entrepreneurs can learn from competition. There are some basic questions that should always get asked. What makes existing products or services good? Is there anything wrong with the products or services? What do competitors charge customers for the product? How are the products advertised and promoted? By taking a really close look at these questions, you can create a plan that gives your solution a better chance of succeeding. Look at your data and see if you can find a niche in the market. Find a way to deliver a better product and serve your customers more effectively. The more you think critically, do good research, and ask the deeper questions, the more confident you can be about entering your market. If you enter a market and it is full of customers, you can think of the market as a pie graph, like this one. Let's talk about a market you probably know pretty well. This is the breakdown of the cell phone service carriers. At first glance, you can see that the top 4 players control over 86% of the market. And keep in mind that they are dividing a market that approaches $100 billion per year in sales. Whoa! $100 billion? That's a ton of money. But did you notice some of the smaller players in the market? It would be very difficult to start a new company in the cell phone industry, but it's not impossible. Each of those smaller companies must work extra hard to maintain a competitive advantage against those other bigger companies. They must work even harder to win a larger portion of the market, in this case, a bigger piece of the pie. So let's check in with our innovators from the previous videos. Sophia is trying to increase literacy in her city by getting books to disadvantaged kids, while Kamal is trying to stop epidemics and improve the health of people in poor countries. These two innovators are doing something completely novel and likely starting non-profit organizations. While they might not have competitors in the traditional sense, they need to understand what is happening in these communities. Plus, they will have to compete with other nonprofits for donations and grants. The other 4 entrepreneurs and innovators are starting businesses in which there is lots of competition. Jorge, in his effort to improve movement into football games, has found that there are hundreds of competitors in the security field. Plus, there are dozens of companies that make complex security equipment. Should this deter Jorge from entering the market? No. The solutions that he proposes are unique. He will take multiple different devices, programs, apps, and equipment and put them all together in a novel way. Nobody will be doing exactly what he does. He does have some indirect competition, but he believes he's found a niche in the stadium security market. Patricia found that there are dozens of companies who use AI to assist hospitals and doctors. She and her partner were worried about a potential out-of-country competitor. In talking to hospitals who use that company's product, they found some serious weaknesses. Patricia discovered that this foreign company charges a much higher price to small hospitals than it does to bigger hospitals. In a few interviews, she also discovers that her potential competition has terrible customer service and doesn't communicate all that effectively. She sees an opening to create a product and service that will differentiate her from the other company. That's a great word to consider when you analyze your competition. Differentiate. What will make you stand out against your competition? Our friend Billy is entering a very crowded and saturated market. Saturated means that there is already lots of competition. Not only is there lots of direct competition in the pizza market, he also has to convince customers that he's better than his indirect competition in the restaurant market overall. He's worried he won't be able to differentiate his product within all that competition. Billy has challenges, but he believes that his pizza will stand out amongst the competition. He believes it's that good. Plus, when he leverages the technology of social media, artificial intelligence, and connects with his customers through their phones, he'll be able to spread the word and get people through the door. Last but not least, what's the market for a drying toothbrush hygienically solution? Brendan has scoured the internet to try and find other solutions for this disgusting problem. He couldn't find anything for sale out there other than cups with holes on the top. And what's more, he's getting great feedback from friends and family who are using some of his creations. He makes dozens more of his best design, and he's starting to feel like he's onto something. Once a product, service, or innovation gets to market, it's up to the business to really try to outperform the competition. Our 6 innovators and entrepreneurs need to beware. The competition will know there's a new kid on the block, and they're probably going to try to outmaneuver them. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.